not to be frustrated? Be patient, put in the work, and tune into yourself. You want to know how to not be jealous and envious? Be patient, put in the work, tune into yourself. So much of our frustrations is due to us watching what somebody else has and watching what somebody else doing, and not trusting our timing and not trusting ourselves and not tuning into ourselves. Because if you tuned into yourself, you would understand the timing of your life. You would understand that everything has to fall in place because that's the way that you would want it to. You would understand that not now does not mean that you're a failure, that it means not now, and maybe this is not the perfect thing for you. Let me give you something else. Try something else. Or maybe you need a little bit more practice. Tune into yourself. Be patient. Trust your timing. So a lot of this has come to me straight out of the shower, because I found myself a little frustrated, a little just wondering when things were going to fall into place. When was the timing going to be right for me to step out and do some of the things that I wanted to do? And it wasn't a matter of jealousy or looking at anybody and wanting what they have. I've always been a person who I want my own because I know me and I know somebody else's whatever they have. It's not going to be good for me. It's, I want mine. As weird as I am, I want the weird thing that's great for me. And so I started to, just kind of meditate, and I realized that the more I sat with myself, the more that I tuned into me, the more that I saw that there were some things I needed to work on, that there's some patience that I needed, that I needed to just trust. I needed to stop being so much, in control or trying to control certain things. There are some things that are out of our control, and that's okay. We're not supposed to have the answers to everything. That's not the way this life is set up. There is supposed to be a lot of freedom, and freedom comes from letting go of the things that you have no control over and trusting that creation or God or spirit has everything in control and has heard your prayers or heard your desires and heard what it is that you want, and that everything will be okay. So you gotta release those reins. And as I start to meditate more, sit with myself more, and just come up with some questions. Why haven't I, received this? Or why isn't this the way that I want it to happen? Or why have things fallen apart? Then the more I start to meditate, the more the answers start to come. One of the best things that quotes that I've ever heard was that if prayer was talking to God, then meditation is listening for the answer. And if you sit long enough, you will get the answer. You didn't get this job because maybe somebody needed to be fired off of this job that would cause some problems for you. And so they need to be fired, and then they'll call you back later. Or maybe this job was not the best fit for you, no matter how bad you wanted. Maybe things didn't work out with you and your spouse or whatever because you were just meant to be together for a certain amount of time for you to learn a certain lesson in life. And now that you've learned that lesson, you can go on to something bigger and better. Like, there are no such things as failures, only lessons. You have to be patient. You have to tune into yourself and stop being envious and jealous over things when you really don't even, understand what a person has gone through to get those things. Be patient. Be patient. Tune into yourself. Trust the timing. Trust that everything is going to work out when it's supposed to work out, and no sooner than that. And this, like I said, this lesson hit me so profoundly. I had to hurry up and tape because I didn't want to forget it. Like, trust the timing. trust the timing, if you trust God, if you trust Spirit, if you trust the Creator, if you trust that everything is going to work out, the same way that we tell our kids, it's the same way that we have to learn our lesson. Trust that things will fall into place as soon as they're supposed to fall into place, and no sooner. And when you let go those reins and you trust creation completely, you give God room and space to create miracles. You do. You give him room to do the impossible, to open up doors, to make ways, to blow your freaking mind. And let me tell you, the more that I have let go and released my control, I mean, as much, I'm a Pisces, as much as a free spirit as I am, and I thought I was still very controlling of a lot of things. And I've slowly but surely just took my hands off of them. And it was terrifying. It was scary, to say the least. But I can't get miracles if I have my hands on it. I can't get my mind blown, or I can't be amazed if I keep trying to dictate how things are going to happen all the time. You have to leave a little room for magic, for amazement, for the impossible. You have to believe that the impossible is possible. Even if you have tried that thing 52 million times, try it 53. One of the best things I've read was that Microsoft started with one. It started in a basement, and it started off as Microsoft 1 and worked its way up to Microsoft 365, and that is the thing that we know now. He had to fail forward. You fail your way to success 364 times in order for him to get the perfect thing. That's what we have to do. Trust. Take your hand off of it. Jump, leap, be patient. Trust your timing and know that it'll all work out. It always does. It always does. I'm Sapphire. I hope this message reached you at a great point. Like I said, I'm out of the shower, so whenever you receive it, is the best time for you to receive it. Comment, like, share, and thanks again for listening and watching.